Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. Happy Monday if you're watching this because the new schedule is uploading my YouTube videos on Monday. Just gives me a little bit more time to edit and stuff. So, para esta semana, oh, also forgot to say, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am basically your big sis who went to law school and is trying to guide ya as much as possible with my experience, with law school tips, with post grad tips, with bar exam tips. I launched a website. I have an Etsy shop. I do all these things. And through TikTok and through Instagram, y perdón por el pelo, I have garnered 30K plus followers on my platform. So welcome. And let's get started with this video. As you could tell with this title, we're going to talk about how I've been able to become a 5 a.m. girly as someone who is not a morning person. Let me tell you right now, I am not a morning person. And so let's get into it. I do want to say that this is not my first time becoming a 5 a.m. girly or becoming a morning person during law school. If you've seen these TikTok videos, some of them went viral, but I would wake up like at 4, at 3 a.m. trying to do law school stuff. It was even easier to do that, to have a routine because I was in school and had a purpose in terms of getting up early, being motivated and grinding. But now that I have graduated law school, I just submitted my application to be an attorney. Like, what is next? Like, what am I striving for? Like, I am working, so that's there. As the reason why I wanted to get back on this morning grind or morning routine is primarily honestly because of my health. Like, I really want to dedicate this year and the years to come to my skincare routine, to my sleeping routine, to my physical health routine, to my mental health routine. And so for me, the mornings are a time of quietness, a time extra time in the day to dedicate myself to me, because honestly I feel like once I head to work and after work I'm tired, like I no quiero hacer nada, like, so I think that was kind of like my reasoning behind it. But I have a lot of tips in terms of how I was able to kind of get to that place, because I've been waking up at 5 a.m. for over a week now. So let's get into it. I wanted to have this routine probably since I probably since I started working. Like, I wanted to have this kind of morning routine to spend time for myself, to exercise, to whatever, right? Pero no pude hacerlo. And the reason why I couldn't do it up until now, it's February 2025, and I started working. My first post grad life after the bar exam was August of 2024. So how many months is that? 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So it took me like 6 months, right? Like, why has it taken me so long? And I would say the number one tip is, like, you need to address if there's any underlying issues that is preventing you from dedicating time for yourself. For example, and I'll be honest, after I graduated, after I took the bar, I was not mentally well. I was exhausted. I was burnt out. Then I experienced an ankle injury and I'm still actually not healed from it. And for that reason, I can't run. But I really had to kind of like take care of that first. I had to go back to therapy. I had to get on medication. I'm still going to physical therapy for my ankle. So I would say number one, definitely think about where you are and really evaluate what things you need to at least fix or address first before you want to, you know, create this routine for yourself. Tip number two is, okay, you have to really ask yourself, like, why you want to become this morning person. Like, why do I want to wake up at 5 a.m.? Why do I want to start going to sleep earlier? Why do I want to make certain altering changes to my schedule? And I feel like finding your purpose will allow you to really dedicate yourself to this purpose. So for me, My purpose was becoming more active, having more time in my routine for my skincare, to wake up early before work, to have that time. Because I was noticing that when I was scheduling my workouts after work, like sometimes I wouldn't even do it. Sometimes they weren't even great workouts. Like I felt sluggish because after work I'm just so mentally and physically exhausted by the work. Making those changes was like a way for me to become a healthier version for myself, which is my purpose right now. So to definitely find your purpose, like ask yourself why, like why, and dedicate yourself to that purpose. Tip 3 is just start, just do it, just begin, just set a day, set a week, and just wake up. One weekend, I'm like, Monday, I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. or 5:30. I don't know what time I started. And I looked up, I have this screenshot. I don't know what website found it out. I found this at, but I'll try to find the link. But I saw this timetable of like what time I needed to be in bed to get the X amount of hours, right? To wake up this early. And I said, lo voy a hacer. Just do it. Just start. Don't, like, once you feel like you're ready to commit yourself to this 5 a.m., 4 a.m. morning routine, just start. You don't have to have a gym membership yet. You don't have to like get any sort of requirements. Like, you literally just have to start the routine yourself. Number 4. So I think preparation is so important. How do you prepare yourself to wake up every single day at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m., right? I started doing small things as I every day passed. So what I would do is like I would get my stuff ready before bed. I'ma alistar mis cosas, prepare my clothes for the next day. And I'm gonna start, like, if this little timetable told me to go to bed by 10, then I'm gonna start getting ready for bed by 9, like literally an hour before. Like, if I needed to be in bed by a certain amount of time, I'm gonna spend the last hour just like preparing for the next day. Number 4, preparation is definitely key. Number 5, shout out to Alarmy. This app, there's a free version of this app that I use. It is honestly the best alarm clock that I've ever used. And also my iWatch has alarm. If you have an iWatch, you would know. And that like beeps. So that helps me a lot to like wake up my body. But I will say these two systems of alarms definitely have helped me. And also, if my phone is dying for alarming, like I make sure within, right, like the last hour that I'm preparing for bed, I'm charging my phone so it doesn't die the next day when my alarm is supposed to go off. So yes, set your alarms. Like my alarm is literally set at 5:30 a.m. every single day. I mean, every single weekday. Tip number 5, set those alarms. I don't have Hatch. I don't have any of like any fancy alarm system. I'm not trying to waste more money. Okay, number 6. Shout out to my girl Cindy because she informed me of this app called Opal. I've used some other app, but I feel like I like Opal because it's very simple, very, very simple. But essentially, Opal allows you to block social media apps for a certain amount of time. And I think the paid version, like you could customize it more. But I'm so far using the free version, as y'all know, I'm always trying to save a buck. So basically, I don't use any type of social media once I'm like getting ready for bed up until literally the next day at lunchtime. So how this has helped me during my 5 a.m. morning routine is that literally in the morning, the first thing that I wake up is, of course, I check my phone. I'm a human being, but I don't have any access to social media because I'm trying to move out by the end of this year. So sometimes I go on Street Easy, look at apartments for fun, or sometimes me levanto, I check Reddit because I don't feel like Reddit is social media. I think it's like kind of like a listserv almost. So I just be reading the news or algo. Siempre me levanto sin social media up until literally lunchtime. So, and it also has helped me with my productivity at work. I just don't have any distractions, and it's just, honestly, I love this app. Like, it has been a blessing. So shout out to my friend Cindy who has recommended it to me. Okay, tip number 7. Ignore the number of my fingers. So one question that I get a lot too is like, how are you able to do this? Like, I need motivation tips, I need whatever, right? And as I mentioned in tip number 2, do have to find your purpose. And that whole saying of you have to rely on discipline versus motivation is so true. There are days sometimes that I don't want to wake up, or I want to stay in bed, or I just like don't want to work out, but I still do it. But I will say tip number 7, do things you love. It makes so much sense and it's so basic, but if you're doing things that you love, it doesn't make it harder to do those things. For example, I love my Peloton. I'm a Peloton girly. I love music. I love cycling just because like my ankle, I can't run. So I love doing it. I look forward to my Peloton mornings. So I do that. I also walk on the treadmill when I go to the gym. And those are the things that I love, that I look forward to. So, and if I was doing some exercise in the morning that I didn't love, I don't think I would have been as committed as I am right now to my morning routine. Try to find things that you love to do. Okay, tip number 8. At least give yourself a week. Like, try try it as, even if you're like struggling for a few days, know that that's so normal, and try to at least do it for a week or two. Like, do it consistently, be disciplined in it, and you'll see that slowly but surely it'll become a habit, it'll become easier. And honestly, I don't even rely on my alarm clock anymore sometimes. Like, I'm dead as just like waking up naturally, and it's like the best feeling ever to wake up before your alarm clock ready to go. I just love that feeling. Tip number 8, commit at least a week or two. Okay, tip number 9. The benefits overall of a morning routine will encourage you. And I'm saying this from experience. I am so grateful for my morning routine and the time that I have before the mornings. For me, it has just become such a nice time in my day, in my busy schedule at work, to just focus on me, like focus on my health, focus on my skincare. Like, it is truly such a good feeling to be up before anyone else. I feel really proud of myself, and I see that as well. Like, I don't feel as tired as I felt before at work. Like, I'm not relying on energy drinks like that anymore. Like, I'm getting enough sleep because I'm prioritizing sleep. I feel so fulfilled with my morning routine. I'm gonna give a bonus tip number 10 because leaving it at tip 9 is kind of crazy. So tip number 10, last tip that I have been doing, if you're struggling with sleep, I've definitely tried melatonin, I've tried other things, but for me, I've been doing meditation at night through the Peloton app, and just kind of like forcing myself to do it through my iPad. Like, I'm very far away from my phone when it comes to sleep time, on the Peloton app through my iPad. And that usually doesn't have any of my social media. Like, my iPad doesn't have social media. And it has been so nice to just decompress. And once you realize as well, it has become your routine, you will start to realize how tired your body feels, how naturally it is for you to fall asleep at set time and then wake up. Okay, that's pretty much it. That's kind of like how I've been able to accomplish being a morning person and being consistently active, for me to like do my skincare routine in the mornings con tiempo, not feeling rushed in the mornings. I think the benefits of it definitely outweigh the struggles of like getting into this routine in the beginning. So I'm very thankful. And if you have any 5 a.m. tips or any other video suggestions, let me know. I love you guys so much. Thank you for subscribing. We're growing on here, so I'm very happy. Thank y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Hasta la próxima.